Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. First thing I need to express, this is not a Royal Oak offshore. This is part of the Royal Oak concept family, and it was GPHG nominated when it was released like this in 2010. You're looking at the Royal Oak concept Tourbillon GMT. So this is a larger and more expressive Royal Oak, not part of the offshore family, though the fit and the aesthetic is very much of the offshore breed. The watch measures, in theory, 44 millimeters in diameter in titanium with a ceramic bezel, 16.1 millimeters thick, and from lug tip to lug tip, a beefy 57.6, though you can see there's a bit of curvature to the case back, which helps with the fit. Nevertheless, you'll see on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist almost immediately, this watch needs a bigger wrist. I don't have it. The watch needs a wrist of approximately 18 centimeters circumference to wear it well. That is the bare minimum. It's not excessively thick, but nor is it thin, though in sapphire, titanium, and ceramic, it is not heavy. The strap is fully integrated. You will not be able to fit a generic piece, though given the popularity of the offshores, it's likely that an aftermarket strap maker could custom build one for you, but AP has a universe of options. Now, like the original Royal Oak, the blending of case into lugs into band is quite seamless, so Gerald Gento would probably approve of the seamless integration of these lines, though he might object to the size and disposition of this aggressively dimensioned and proportioned sports watch. You can see two different finishes here, with the titanium brushed in profile and then media blasted across the top. You can see there's a little bit of burnishing right there. Pre-owned watch, but in outstanding condition. We have a ceramic crown, which is a screw down, 100-meter water resistance, and then a trigger which actuates the second time zone. You can see how I'm able to adjust that second time zone just like that. We have a semicircle arrangement where one half of the disc is light, one half of the disc is dark. So, if you're looking at AM or PM, notice that the shape of the crown and the shoulder for the pusher hexagonal to remind us of the iconic hexagonal screws that are featured on Royal Oak bezels. The dial does feature a flanking ceramic bezel, and the ceramic bezel incorporates satin on the top, polish on its rounded face, and then satin on its flank with a very thin, fully expressed bezel gasket designed to be viewed as a styling element of the watch. The ceramic acts as a heat shield. It will take most of the impacts that hit the watch before they reach the case, and the ceramic is very hard to scratch. Take a quick look at the screws. Do you notice how they're satinated? An uncommon treatment on a Royal Oak offshore or concept, but it makes for a gentler contrast between the black ceramic and the screws, and you can see that it matches the dulled satin and media blast decoration of the titanium on the case. Taking a quick look at the dial, you can see a couple of different bridges, and we have at left the tourbillon. It's a 1-minute tourbillon beating at 3 hertz. It is free sprung for durability as well as for precise adjustment, and it includes an overcoil hairspring for isochronous operation in every physical position. The tourbillon carriage is beautifully finished and easily the most thoroughly detailed element of the watch. It effectively acts as the second hand for the watch. You can also see that we have a chaton style setting for the upper pivot, as well as the lower pivot. And over on the other side, we also have a chaton style setting for the pivot for the second time zone. And you can see it's a very simple and user-friendly push-button affair, that second time zone. We do have a multi-function crown. So first you screw the crown out, then you pull it to different positions. You can see in neutral, nothing happens. Then remontage, that's where you wind, and then heure minute. So H and R, setting, neutral, and winding, just like that. Manual 1 watch, twin mainspring barrels, very large. It has a power reserve of very nearly 10 days, 237 hours. You can see the bridge structures on the bottom, though the movement is matte finished without any high gloss bits on the bridges or plates. You can see we do have polished chaton to give us a little bit of shine, and then all of the features, the bridges, the plates, they're media blasted, they're satin brushed, they're faceted, they're quite complex, and they're very spare, so you can see through the mechanism. So this is artisanally done, just in a very different fashion than you expect from conventional horlogerie. It has 29 pivot jewels. The movement is large. and it represents Apex Audemars Piguet watchmaking, which I absolutely adore. There is a lot to love here, and this is a timepiece for a person with a big budget and a big wrist, but it's also the kind of watch you wish AP made more often, where it really leans on innovation, high horology, exhaustive traditional mechanical watchmaking, rather than mass production. Caliber 2913 is the AP of which you dream. You can see on this dial side we have a combination of media blast, satin, we have polish, we have different focal planes, textures, and tones. Let's do a quick loom shot so you can see how the watch is loomed. That's the reverse side, just so you know. People always ask. So that's the loom shot of the watch. And then you can see the full disc for the GMT right there, working just like that. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. This watch, by the way, GPHG nominated for its 2010 release. It is a distinguished high horology piece.